Well, as we have the countdown to the TT continuing, I've discovered this video, and it really has been impressive to see. It made a few years ago about the TT races. I've got a gentleman, father and son, who are joining us now, Rob and Michael. The numbers are very impressive, gentlemen, on people that have viewed your video. And I want a bit about the background. You came to the Isle of Man, it was your first time, I understand, and you really, really enjoyed yourselves.
Yeah, whilst I was growing up, Dad was always talking about the Isle of Man. So it was a kind of pilgrimage that we needed to do, something that everyone does every year, the people who have caught the bug, as it were. And so we finally went, and yeah, we were blown away.
I've been riding bikes for over 50 years. I've done some round the world trips, and I tell you that the 2 weeks we spent on the Isle of Man was the most fun I've ever had on a bike.
Wow, you're selling this so well. Were you going to make a video, or was that just something that just came about? I mean, because I say, tell us how many views is it? You've got two versions out there, I know, but it's had thousands upon thousands of views.
The first version is the one people keep watching because it's got more views, but the version I recommend was the follow-up I put out a year later, which is shorter, punchier, more bikes, and a better watch, really. But no, I wasn't intending to make the documentary when I went there. We had the GoPro, and we were going to do what everyone does, put it on the bike, capture some cracking footage,
and watch it at home.
I happen to have a handheld sound recorder, and I thought I'd record some people sat next to me who are really funny. Basically, I thought I'd just start recording them, and then that kind of snowballed. Yeah.
And there were so many interesting and sort of wonderful encounters that we had. And it was initially a record for ourselves of an absolutely amazing fortnight. But when we got home and Rob looked at the footage, it seemed a shame not to share it with other people and edit it, so it sort of made sense and had a certain sort of sequence.
Well, I think there was a moment where I did think that this could be more than just home footage. During, I think, one of the first races we saw, a rider called Kamil Holland, I hope I said that right.
From Czech
Republic. Yeah. It was his first TT. He had done the Manx a few times, but he retired. There was an engine problem. He retired on the side of the road, right next to me. And I thought, I'll interview this guy. He was buzzing. He had just ridden his first TT. He did not care that he had just retired from the race, and yeah, you could just see the adrenaline coming out of him. And I thought, right, I want to interview more riders.
Well, and in the course of the week,
yeah.
I think I went around the whole circuit 5 or 6 times. Best time was about 5 o'clock in the morning before the lunatics get up and the roads start getting crowded. And it's absolutely magical, particularly the mountain stretch where I was doing on my old 40-year-old bike, a very fast speed of about 80, 90 miles an hour, being overtaken by bikes going literally twice as fast.
And can you believe you weren't breaking the speed limits, of course, on the Isle of Man?
We were not. On the mountain section, there was no speed limit. Obviously, through the villages, I stuck very strictly to the speed limits, as one should, because it's used by other road users. But I mean, just as a tiny taste of what it's like to ride that amazing circuit. I've never had so much fun, as I say, on a bike in my life.
Well, we've been watching some bits here while we've been talking, but let me just pause while we play your final thoughts as you were packing up to leave. This is very nice. Listen to this.
So love it.
So this film is the story of our TT week, what we saw, what we did, and about the people we met. It was the most fun we've ever had on a bike.
So it's our way of saying thank you. Thank you to the organisers, to the racers, and most of all, thank you to the people of the Isle of Man. Thank you for having us and for putting on this amazing event. And as you say on the island, Guramayu, Kia Vai, which I think means thank you and go well.
Well, that's lovely, isn't it? I mean, you can't sum up, and you learn some Manx as well.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I wanted to be able to say, you know, something in farewell, and in particular to say that this was our tribute and thanks to the wonderful people of the Isle of Man. And it was a little bit cheeky of me, you know, without knowing the language, to try and learn a set phrase and say it. But it was the best way that I could think of to say thank you.
Well, to finish this, let's think about talking to the people out there who are thinking of coming, because we haven't had it for 2 years. We're back on. What would you say to someone who's thinking of coming to the TT for the first time?
Don't miss it. Absolutely do it. And go prepared to meet the most wonderful group of friendly people on the island. And the spirit of the people who come there, you know, is just unique. There is no sporting event in the world that matches the Isle of Man TT.
And I think that's what the documentary kind of captured. There was a focus on the people of the event. Yeah, it's a festival for speed and bikes, but it's a festival for the people who come. So there's a lot of time in between the races, and people are picnicking, partying, joking, laughing, and talking to the people. I really enjoyed meeting them. Everyone I met, I thought, oh, I could be your friend. And yeah, I really enjoyed having people bring their A game to the camera. And why I think the documentary works really well is because the contrast between quirky statements that people say and the jokes they make, suddenly it's contrasted with the race, and the race is no joke. It's
serious. It's risky, but
yeah, you can't believe it when you see those bikes for the first time whizzing past you. It's just incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, we remember our first bike.
Okay, well,
absolutely.
Before we go, I should ask. I mean, are you planning to come and see us again soon? I mean, what's your
well, we're talking
diary
about
like?
Coming this year, but we may have left it too late. Obviously, you know, it gets booked up months in advance. But we're thinking about whether or not we could get a ferry and come over this year.
Well, if you do,
I'd love to come again.
We look forward to seeing you, and you can't have done any more to promote the event, so they probably owe you a bit, you know, the TT organisers for this.
I'm not sure that's worth anything in terms of getting a ticket, but we will definitely go again. And the other thing I would say is you don't have to be a biker to enjoy the Isle of Man TT, because it's just a glorious, friendly, fun party with bikes. And it's not some sort of cliquey thing for people who are obsessed with two-wheeled vehicles.
The island happens to have the race there, but the island itself has a lot to offer, not just the bikes. So it's a proper all-round festival event. It's great.
We love just touring around. We went from top to bottom, from left to right, went inside the circuit to the sort of mountainous areas and the ports, Peel and so on. I mean, absolutely everything about it was beautiful and memorable. It helped that we had the most extraordinarily good weather, but I think it would be good in any weather, and we'll certainly be back.